Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Azra Zempora and this is the Secret Art of Blessing New Moon podcast for the New Moon in Virgo on September 17th, 2020. It's occurring at 25 degrees at the sign of Virgo at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. The day of this new moon is a 3 vibration with 2 vibrational accents that are both 7. The vibrational accents are taken from the time that the new moon occurs and at the degree of the sign in which it's happening. In this reading, I will be talking about the elemental balance, people and relationships, occupations that are going to pick up during this time, some general health issues that may be going on for some people. I would like to note that this is not medical advice or diagnosis or advice for treatment. It's just health problems that may be occurring based on the general numerological themes that are playing out. At the end, I will be answering the question, what do we need to know to make the best of the use of this new moon? So I'll begin with the elements. The elements that are this time that we will be reflecting on are the vibrational elements of earth, fire, and water. And every time these vibrations occur, depending upon the numerological values that are associated to them, there will be different themes from these elements that will be predominant. At this time, Earth is bringing the energy of support through being methodical and practical. Fire at this time represents the ruling force, government, the police, higher ideas, the law, and power being used in a practical way. And there will also be, it also represents an abundance of energy at this time. So a lot of people will be feeling very, very energetic with this new moon, with this fire vibration. With water being the final element in this triad, it will be expressing our inner feeling and deepest thoughts. So you could imagine with the earth being able to hold the fire, the water could boil and you might have a lot of your inner feelings and deeper thoughts come out expressing to the top. I like to see the magical image of this particular new moon. I see it as the cauldron. The cauldron, I believe, is a symbol that makes practical use of all three of these elements. Taking these ideas into consideration, let's get into people and relationships. People in general will be a mix of the positive and negative vibrations that are occurring around this time. So these themes are general. And it can also play out a little differently for you depending upon your life path and your own personal month, days, and years. Like I said, this is a universal reading. That being noted, I would like to say that in the positive, people will be feeling independent and sociable. And what I mean by that is lots of people will be going out alone to attend gatherings, going to clubs and other events. I don't really see there being a lot of carpooling with people at this time. It's more like you want to go out with friends, but you want to split when you feel like leaving. You don't want to hang around or to be dependent upon others for rides. And so that independent mindset's also going to be you want to go where you want to go. And so if your best friends are going somewhere else, you might actually just choose to go somewhere different. There's going to be a lot of optimistic, cheerful self-expression, especially when it comes to people and their philosophical ideas, their religious views. People are going to want to get out publicly to share their specialized knowledge, research, and creativity and intuition, as well as any psychic abilities and gifts that they may have. This is sort of a great time for psychic ability. There's lots of psychic energy around, so if you're in good balance, this is a great time to trust your intuition, but if you're practicing poor energy hygiene, This really may be a time to check your intuition before you just trust it. For people that see themselves as truth seekers, the desire for long distance travel may well be mega strong during this time. You may have been able to normally talk yourself out of it, but if you see yourself as a truth seeker and you're wanting to go travel across the country or to a different country, the likelihood of you finding a way to do this might very well work out for you. And I know no one likes to talk about the negatives associated with vibrations, but I feel like the negatives are important, and it's important to understand how you interact with people socially, and also to understand the motives of people you may come across out in the world. So in the negative, social gatherings might be that you attend might seem a little bit more extravagant than normal, but also be very wasteful, and the interactions be very shallow and superficial. Expect sarcasm and deceitful behavior with a touch of criticism and jealousy. Because with lots of people going out wanting to express their ideas and viewpoints, the people disagreeing with that really might come on really strong. And if there's someone out there that might be agreeing with you, you could also see jealousy come through if they're vibrating at their negative. So just be aware of that. So if you are sharing your knowledge and creativity, just have some thick skin about it. Also, if you're out there sharing these things, try to avoid being vain or boastful, because it's really easy to come across as vain and boastful at this time. You may also find yourself being demanding or acting like a dictator. You may see these qualities in others as well, because those energies are definitely around in the negative vibrations. If you're doing these things, this tells you that you're vibrating in the negative. And so it's a good way, if you see your negativity, your actions being in the negative vibrations, and you're aware of what those negative vibrations and actions are, then it makes it a lot easier to switch yourself to the positive or finding a better way to express yourself. If you find yourself wanting to be a hermit at this time, this can also mean that you're vibrating in your negative, depending upon your personal month, day, and year. And there also might be a lot of schemes going on at this time. So, it's good to watch out. A lot of people are out there trying to be dishonest or intentionally try to trick people. And so, sort of knowing that in advance can help you avoid these problems. The occupations that might experience a boom in work include lawyers, club owners, government officials, cultural experts, analysts, editors, marine biologists, religious leaders, entertainers, and metaphysicians. By metaphysicians, I mean astrologers, numerologists, tarot readers, Reiki healers, pranic healers. If you teach Tai Chi or yoga, all kinds of metaphysicians are going to experience a boom in work as well. With health concerns, like I said earlier, this is not intended to diagnose or treat any condition. This is simply a prediction made upon the vibrations that are occurring this time. During this time, there may be a tendency for people to think that things with their health are worse than they may be. This can cause a stress the nervous system to be overstrained, which can lead to other health problems. Also, skin issues are going to be on the rise, problems with the feet, night sweats, low blood pressure, and the big one for this particular time is stomach problems. So you may experience a lot of problems with your stomach and your intestines. These things are common during this energy, But don't let that prevent you from getting it checked out. If you are experiencing health problems, be sure to consult a medical professional. Now I would like to talk a little bit about the prediction of the question I made. And the question for this particular moon is, what do we need to know to make the best use of this new moon energy? For this question, I received the answer of a 5. And my interpretation of this 5 is that during this time, to get the most out of what we need to be clever, adaptable, and use what you know and what you have in a versatile way. Don't be afraid to go out and be daring and spontaneous so that you can enjoy your inner and outer freedom that you have. In closing, I'd like to say I appreciate all that have listened to my short podcast and video. I would like you, if you found any of this information useful or interesting, to please like and subscribe. That really helps out and it lets me know to keep making more videos and doing more podcasts. And I want to add that this is actually my first attempt at a new moon reading based solely upon numerology. So these are only numerological vibrations. I didn't consult any astrology for this or the tarot or any other methods. There might be a little channeling involved, but that's just a part of who I am. And like I said earlier, there will be a video for the full moon coming up on October 1st. And that full moon is in Aquarius at 9 degrees, 8 seconds. So I appreciate all who have listened and watched this video. Again, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you found any of this useful. And thank you for your time. Have a blessed week.